BP time!
Hello, everybody.
Luckily, I got more microphones, so we're good.
Here we go. Mic'd up.
I had to buy a whole nother set. Well, time to get the stuff out. Just had a cool little talk with the old B-Helms, as I call him.
That you were promised. It makes your life a little easier, man, and that's great.
Yeah, I mean that was the cool part. It sounded like a great deal.
It did.
Close buddies. Shut up, Billy.
I got a bat he probably swung.
So, let's get started. Whoop.
Okay, talk about going flat.
Yeah.
What's causing that? Think about it. Do it again. Make the movement and then find the error in the swing. Like, it's on your lead side.
Yeah, I'm flying.
Look at your elbow. So go to your, that's going up and then that's creating.
Yeah.
And the only way you're trying to overcome that is you're going to do what? You're going to armbar.
Yeah.
You're going to lock out backwards to fight that elbow going up.
And then so we worked on that when we got back out here. And then, fast forward to snowball and everything was fine again.
Yeah.
And it was really, really upsetting. That's a great swing. Yes.
Being smooth.
Yes. Nice shot.
Let's work backside line. Let's go pull side cut.
Dude.
Let's go middle.
My nephew's
Let's
all
go free
about it.
Go hard.
Dude, it looks like a great time.
There is a mute button if we can get used to
Hitting it.
using it, but
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, not unless you want to work 40 hours a week.
I thought each BP session should be centered around a movie, and we get as many quotes in as we can for that BP session.
I like that. Super Troopers.
Now, this BP session we're going to be working on.
On base hits, meow.
Yeah, you hit that a little bit
What,
too
you
high.
call me a cat boy? Well, no, sir. It just sounds like you're saying meow. Do I look like a cat, meow?
Hey, here's kind of an off topic. How fluent are you in League of Their Own?
Go out there, wave my little hat in the air.
Give the people a thrill. I especially love that part in the fourth inning when you scratched your balls for an hour.
I mean, anything worth doing is worth doing good.
We're gonna see how that goes.
My camera. Just gotta have the camera time. Feed yourself, Bill.
I'm going to keep juggling.
Oh.
I only want 2 swings with this
Bill,
guy.
I like the attire we chose tonight.
I'm just trying not to swing as hard as you and make it look almost as cool.
Rolls reverse.
Oh yeah.
That's fine though. I like that miss better than the pop up. That's still got to make a play.
After the Challenge Cup, I hope to never hit a pop fly again.
Fact. Those are rough. 147.
136 and a half. Dude, that was stupid.
Just
How do you even do that?
Just
Cole,
swing. We used to do it
Get
in
the
college.
pocket radar.
I wish we had one out here.
Hey, no, I remember we're making fun of the video.
Yeah, I said 147. But don't get me wrong, the dude murders it.
No, he was
there's no
whacking
doubt
it.
his hands are crazy.
All right, last one. For real though.
I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen 130 on a gun.
Well,
like even the record at DBU was like 116,
dude, I've never seen anything.
and that was like live BP,
off of a tee, live BP.
or
I've
not
never,
live BP, but just
I don't think I've ever seen anything north of 115.
No,
Like in person.
I think I got 117, 116 once in college off the tee, but
I want to say KP hit 120 at the major at Disney.
I believe that. No, look, that I believe with a live pitch, sure.
Yeah. Have we ever Happy Gilmore to softball?
I think I've probably done it once.
You have to have, right?
Seems like something I'd do.
Didn't feel very powerful, but
Definitely not your farthest hit.
It's not my best.
All right, today we're just gonna do a generic BP, how we just would normally come out. Nothing specific, just really trying to focus on squaring it up, watching the ball, hitting it where we want to, and keeping smooth through every swing. Not trying to overpower it. I would like to work on some snap. What you're best at is what I struggle most at. I don't snap to a ball. I'm usually like through it.
Yes.
The whole time.
That's true. Which is so strange for me.
I mean, I have some, but you know, that's why a lot of my balls will hook.
Right. There you go. Whenever you find that right spot where you're just like putting the barrel right where you want, that always feels really good.
But why don't you just say something about like where you set your tee, like the height rise and stuff like that? Have you done that yet, or?
Talked about how high we put it up.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Thinking about it, I was like, because you guys are taller than me, and when I was hitting, I was like, maybe I should have lowered it, like maybe a little bit.
So, I said something when I was talking to Brandon. I was like, you always kind of take like a dry swing and you kind of stop right here where your contact would be, and that's about where you need to set the tee up as far as like your feet goes, you know, and then height, whatever. I mean, some people that would like to catch it down here, I mean, they could put it down there, but
You primarily try to train yourself to like swing rep where you're going to hit a strike.
I'm trying to have swing number one be a strike.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
You're trying to put it where it's going to cross, where you think you're going to be swinging at most pitches.
yeah,
That's where we try to put the tee.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was like, because it would, like I said, it would be different for, you know, someone a little bit shorter or whatever, and
Right.
that way.
Yeah, no, if it's too high and if you're like, I would never swing at this to try to hit a base hit,
Yeah.
then yeah, you should definitely lower it.
why am I under that?
Because you were trying to elevate it. Keep your barrel above your hands. Cut through it. Yes. Better. Much better.
That was 100% true. I was trying to elevate those last ones.
Yeah, that's the only time we ever do that.
Something funny that happened last night. Pitcher had a real floaty ball, and it was kind of crossing you up here. And so I told everybody when I went back, probably had an out or something, maybe popped it up or something. And I was telling people, I was like, hey, it's floating. So I was like, maybe try and push your first at bat,
sit
right?
back
To
on
make sure that you're really sitting back, try to push it. And then my next at bat, you know, because it was unlimited dingers. So my next at bat, I kind of crowd again. I'm like, here we go. What's up, miss? And then I was like, you know what? Take your own dang advice.
Yeah.
Took a half step back. Let it get deep. Bombed to right center.
Yeah.
And it was like, why is it so hard to take our own advice sometimes?
Because that's not the plan you develop on your way to the plate.
Go.
I think that I've actually.
What I think of.
That is so funny. You don't strike me as an AC/DC guy, but I'm here for it. I love it.
Yeah, you think it'd be like,
Well, because that's the music he pulls up blaring in his car every time. Like,
yes, but it's just like whenever it comes to the tournament, I need something. Okay,
Heavier.
no, listen. In the tournament,
come on.
what are you known for? To like, you get a pressure, you get like going already.
right? Yeah.
My music will get you going. So basically, it's like,
Your music is good vibes.
yes,
That's
it's
what
gonna
it
make
is.
you like.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be like, what?
Yeah.
So I need something that like got me going, but at the same time, it get me.
You
like,
ready, miss? Hit the rest?
Well, then you would love riding in my car because I have a lot of classic rock.
Like, you know what? Freaking the outfields, the guitars, AC/DC, Guns N' Roses.
Hey, you're speaking my language. I love all this stuff. I didn't even know Ervine was out there. Listen, we both go really well to right center field when we're like, I'm just gonna stay through this with my hands every time.
Yeah.
And then you try to muscle it and it goes more that way. Or this way.
Yes.
But when we're just like,
And that's what I said. Like for me, it's easier to have music in my head that I don't have to think of what I want to do.
Yeah.
Because whenever I do that,
If that's the top of the plate.
Right.
50 feet. It's neither of what we thought. And if I'm wrong, don't ask.
I think Miz actually said 50 the next BP when it was muddy. All right, Ervie.
Synergy 2, one piece, 3430. I have no idea when it's from, probably early 2000s.
My first bat was a Worth Mayhem ASA, the orange one. 3430. That was my first bat.
Mine was a KP. It's the first one I bought. Quick to the zone with this guy.
Me too. Dude, I'm telling you. Like,
It's all that weight on the hands of it.
It is in the hands.
that's what.
Made an out, trying to push the ball last night in league. My last swing of the game, which sucks when you make an out on your last swing.
Tyler,
So,
how's your kids?
Kids, the dogs are good.
Yes, your
gonna push a little
They're
bit.
doing very good.
Always like to start
So just-
pushing
They're
anyways.
tired as hell.
I think it's easier on my back.
Wow.
There it is.
I don't know if it happened to you.
That could be
Dude, I saw the KP.
How many did I get?
why. No, you do exactly 10.
No plan today. Just
Don't hit it out.
what makes you feel like you're getting better. This BP session is all about being a good BP buddy. Don't overswing in the box.
They're falling apart.
Make sure you shag.
Got a shag.
You already got a round of shag.
I did
in
my
there.
round
You
of
ran
shag
out
in there. I knew it was the easiest round. Everybody's working oppo.
Feeling too soft?
Yeah, it's weird. It's too soft.
Yeah, it looks too soft when you're hitting it.
It feels weird. It feels strange. Yeah, it feels weird.
I was in capped. I think it's just Bill, personally.
Probably.
Those biceps are too soft.
I don't know. Bill's looking pretty saucy tonight.
Yeah, it already feels different.
Good ball. Miz, you gonna stand there in a game?
I will try my best.
I don't know if they'll let you.
Why not?
Pretty far off.
Pretty far off.
That's better.
Yeah. I mean, really, honestly, in the middle of those two, you should be fine. But I just didn't want you to just only take swings there and be comfortable and then show up first tournament of the year. And he's out.
They're like, hey,
Hey,
buddy, step
sir,
into the box.
sir, you're not even, you look like Howie from Benchwarmers. Somebody get his sword.
Somebody get his sword. Oh my God.
Oh, a mizzle. That's what it's. A mizzle. When he's trying to hit dingers and he hits that top hand
Knuckleball
rocket,
thing?
yeah.
It's like a
Mizzle.
top hand knuckleball.
The funny thing is, like, I'll give him balls on his hands. They steal another ball. I'll give him balls on his hands, and he'll somehow open his hips, keep his hands in, and keep it fair. And he should have
Sort of hook
hit it.
handled
Yeah. And it'll have the most perfect backspin.
Miz.
I was like, you need to figure out how to do that on everything. Ervine, how was it playing shortstop behind me? Would you say we were pretty much Mooch McClanahan combo? Nice, way to go with the pitch. This is way better than mud ball. Sometimes you got to do a lot of reps to change habits. That's all I got.
You have to.
softball?
Yeah.
It's all you.
Yeah, so that's been like the biggest thing for me is like getting that because you have to push your whole, like he just said, your whole lower half towards the ball. Like,
Right.
Show me how you push your lower half.
make it sound pretty.
All right, so there was a rule one time in, they started at the beginning of the year as the Houston Major, and the new rule was you couldn't step out of the front of the box with your front foot. They changed it to your back foot being even with the plate, right? But for that one tournament, and my first at bat, you know, I have a longer stride, you know, out. Okay, so my next at bat, I take about 4 or 5 inches back. But guess what? I like to catch the ball at a certain spot, so I just overstrode, but I caught the ball at the same spot in my body, and how did I do that? I just reached for it. I said, dang it, out again. So I backed up 6 more inches. Same thing. I'm just catching the ball where I like it. So my eyes, no matter where I stood, was still hitting the ball where I wanted to. So if you get in here, you know, like, you could still hit the sweet spot of the bat with practice. You could still hit the sweet spot of the bat no matter where you're standing. Well, this is a better swing than this, because you lost your power, you're extending your arms, you have no hips in it. But if you're here, boom, I mean, that is the whip. So what you were doing, you scooted in, and then your foot was coming down and you were going like this, you were getting jammed because you didn't scoot in and then fly open and hit the ball there. So it was really opening your mechanism to hit the sweet spot, not necessarily where you're standing. Talk me through your adjustments as you, like, talk me through that. Felt good, liked it, like.
I'd like to repeat that 3 more times. Perfect, right? Like, heavy. Flat.
Yeah, and honestly, by the time you like open your eyes, it's over there.
That was great. I'm gonna slow-mo that. So you want an example of moving your barrel to wherever the ball is to make sure you hit. His last 2 were inside on him, and then he moved his barrel around to it.
But see, I gotta let that go, low ones.
And then those few swings backside locking you in so good that when you pull it like that, good, keeping your barrel up on that last one.
Getting there.
Yeah, you had a lot of good ones in that round.
Yeah, just trying to be as consistent as possible with it. Good.
All right, so I lost power because I closed myself off on that. I didn't open it. So I might have been a little early.
If you try to pull that pitch with that stride, yes. But if you stay inside that pitch and go to right center, then that stride doesn't make you lose power. Yeah, see?
Yeah. And I stayed more here.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, that's the exact thing we just said. That's perfect. And see, that's a pitch, like, for me, if it's a home run situation, I'm probably going, right?
You're going on a overly inside pitch, you might go on it?
Especially if I don't have a strike. Because the way I see it, if I miss, it's probably going to be foul. But if I execute, I'm good. And if I just miss or top-hand it, fine. Swinging for dingers, getting hits. Yep.
Oh! Meow, I think that was a pretty good round.
Yeah, meow. Cole, we got to get you more girthy right here. What are we doing? Why are you shaving that?
It doesn't grow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mine's a little thin right there, too.
It doesn't grow up there.
It's pretty aggravating.
You got to go. So,
well, I'll just...
Beard tips with Hitting Nation.
Yeah, we need real
Let it grow for a good 3 to 4 weeks before you even try to tailor and shave it up.
KP does this all the time.
Then you got to go with what you got. Billy's got a good face beard going. Yeah, you grow it pretty high.
I do. That's just because I don't know what to do with it. Like, unless I go to a barber, like, I have a full chia pet face.
Good.
Yes.
What's the bats for?
That's just Miz wanted kind of a strike zone, so he laid one down, and then I just
gotcha.
always see KP in his BP videos. He just sets it up like this. And I mean, let's be real. One of my things I say in the gym all the time is, if you want something, right? Like say you're a guy like, oh man, I need bigger shoulders or I need a bigger back. Well, you go do what? Go find the bodybuilder that has the biggest back or the biggest shoulders and do their workout.
Feels okay?
You want to
Oh,
get
it feels
walked
soft?
more. KP is probably the best at softball at hitting his pitch, and this is what he does, so why not?
Give it a whirl.
You can always learn from someone else. I don't care how good you think you are.
Oh.
Little dancer.
Yeah, you're out.
Hold me closer, tiny dancer.
Cole, we need to build a PVC pipe thing.
Yes.
A strike zone thing?
Yeah.
But I don't know if you guys know this, but the strike zone's not where it lands.
Learn the rules.
I mean, it feels alright, but like you say, it doesn't have that. It's soft.
It doesn't have that. As Miss would say, it just
Doesn't have that.
Doesn't have that.
Let me grab mine.
Yeah, well, Bill, stay in discipline.
Okay. So,
Billy just
no.
hit two
Higher-
balls.
higher
a
pitch.
foot outside, a foot inside. Dude, just the other one was more inside than that. That was more middle of the plate than the one before.
No, it wasn't.
Well, Bill, terrible news. We have video evidence, so.
All right, I'm going to give you guys some advice for all you pitchers out there.
Don't.
If you ever face Billy, just never throw him a strike. If you throw him a strike, he will hit it 450
Keep it even easier.
feet.
Just called Lloyd Watson. I think Billy is 1 for 97 lifetime against Lloyd. I think 25 would be a huge number. Like, comment, subscribe.
I just noticed him a lot. His arms are extended almost even with the plate instead of
Yeah, so, and look.
hips here, and then he's hitting it on the
A
hands.
simple one-line fix to that: keep your lead elbow at the ground as long as you can. Boom. Right, now you just became super efficient. So that should be your cue these next, like, I'll give you, we got 3 more. Not necessarily that, right?
Yeah,
It's like,
but-
so get comfortable in your stance. Give me your normal stance right now.
My normal stance,
Like if you were just setting up, right?
just like this.
All right. So relax these. Loose here, right? I want a good, like, good, not tons of pressure, but just enough, right?
Relax.
And now I just want you to think nothing else, just lead elbow stays towards the ground. Start. And it's not. It's actually
That was sweet
fucking
spot.
perfect. So
Good. So that was like 6 inches inside, and you
Yeah.
still pulled the sweet spot to it.
all right, so look, the only thing so there, you tried to force something, right? You recognized that pitch was middle to away, and you tried to force it. So I'm going to attempt to throw the same pitch here to you, and I just want you to.
So where did he try to force it? Is what you're saying?
He tried to
pull it.
maneuver himself to hit it that way instead of letting the ball get there.
Ah, okay.
So let the ball come to you, right?
So you're basically early on. Yeah.
You don't have to force a pitch away. You just got to take. And there's an inside, and good. And see,
Great
you just
job.
react.
Nothing but
We
sweet
should've
spot.
stopped
Ice the
after
sweet
the
spot.
first 3. Good.
Yes.
No more.
Yes. Good job.
You can't have another swing.
So I don't know if it was the elbow or if it was like your focus was better, but
You should be fine. It hit the front.
Tyler says
It like bounced and hit the
too
front.
tight. Remember what you told me before about swinging fast rather than hard? Then I was just like, okay, just get the bat to the ball, but your legs still up in the air.
yeah,
So,
bat speed over
I mean, like I
over
said,
power.
when you-
You were saying you want to change your knuckleball hits to have more backspin, and Billy said
Not to do it.
no, because you would rather have a ball spinning at you playing infield
100%.
than a knuckleball?
It's more difficult to feel a knuckleball coming at you than a straight up line ball.
I feel pretty confident that almost every infielder that you ask is going to say they would rather field a backspin ball. That doesn't mean that they, like, knuckleballs may not get hit as hard, but like,
Well, so I got a lot of people wanting to cut the ball, and they're asking, like, can you do a video on cutting the ball? And I feel like half and half on the subject, because cutting the ball is very effective for certain things,
Sure.
but then it also gets you out almost as much as it is good for you.
It's the same thing that people tell me all the time, because I'm one of them sometimes. Why? I see how you hit, how Billy hits when you guys cut the ball. Even though
I don't cut the ball
I was
on
about to say-
purpose.
I was about to say that.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Even though Billy doesn't do that on purpose, because basically me and Billy have the same swing, right? Both playing. But since he's been playing longer, he have every now and then he have the notion to do it accidentally, and it works. So I see that, so I'm like, man, I want to do that. But then when I try to do it, either I just hop up to the infield or a ground ball to the pitcher.
You're probably out in front too much when you try to cut the
That's
ball.
what it is. Or you're putting too much emphasis trying to make sure that it stays on this plane.
Yes.
Because you know when I cut the ball the best is when I'm early trying to hit a knuckleball. Like, the only time I spin it is if I'm like trying to square it up to keep it down, and I'm just a little out in front. So I have decent hands,
Right.
you know, to stay back, and then I just flick it and I barrel it and it just sends it like a low line drive.
And that's
Now
flipping.
you is it's completely different.
Yeah.
You're
Like,
something
your spin rate is a lot like
crazy.
And when it's crazy beneficial is when you're locked in. You can be like, all right, I'm hitting it 5-6 hole, and it'll come down at this plane and get there at 100 and whatever
Yep.
before we can even like make a move to try to go get it.
Or
Whereas
it's like
our
these fall off the
rollovers have
ground,
already bounced twice. You know?
Or when it's this far off the ground that you like don't know how to feel that. If
Yeah,
it's
I
like
don't
gonna
even
be
know
like-
how you do that, honestly.
So when I started to learn how to cut the ball, the first thing I did was make sure a ball was really, really low on me. I was like in batting cages, and I was just swinging down at it just to get that motion of like always finishing below the ball.
Mhm.
And then eventually I just worked up so I could do that same swing up here.
But see-
But it was that practice of the motion of finishing below the ball.
Okay. And I mean, like, I've tried to cut it, like, and sometimes I can do it, like, but yeah, no, it's not something I'd recommend, especially if you can hit knuckleballs. Like, that's the best go-to, keep it in swing. Like, for me, especially on the pull side,
Yeah.
because like if I'm trying to cut it, like 9 times out of 10, when I stay real short and just throw the hands and barrel, I hit my best home runs. Like, and it's
I
so
feel it's
irritating.
Same.
I feel it's kind of like a bell curve. Like the cut shot helps you when you're like C, B, and then it can start to hurt you a little bit. And the people with like super good baseball hands will end up
Right.
Yeah,
being better.
It's cracking me. Hey, you know the funny part?
What?
And I love it because Cole's going to hear this. But, hey, Cole cracked this big bottle when we got here.
The wind picked up a little. Wind picked up.
Now show the camera the big bottle.
You gotta
Listen.
zoom it in though, so.
Tips on hitting
Cole
in
cracked
wind.
this big, huge bottle when we got here.
Just wind's blowing at you in a game. How does that change your swing?
On a 300-foot field, not much. I can pretty much still do everything the same. In Vieira, right, like, I would say in a home run situation, I'm just trying to find the biggest hole on the field and go hard at it. And that way, if I miss it, top it, face it, I'm still working through that hole. That's something Branch would always talk about. Like, if the field is giant, right, you're playing stadium-sized field, just go after the biggest hole hard, especially with the wind in. But other than that, I mean, I only get in trouble thinking about the wind. I try to just ignore it and just
Well, you're strong enough.
go
that-
hard. Couple more.
Wish you
Can't
could have
close.
done that last night.
Yeah, right? I couldn't hit a barrel. I needed that round. So early in that round, you're probably going to hear me talking about getting jammed. I felt like I was hitting it on that inner third of the barrel, that first third. And the only adjustment I made was focusing more on staying in that back leg. Like I talked about stacked again. Here we are, back to that. I was kind of catching everything here, which I realized I was getting out here.
And that was kind of what I was talking about with him.
Exactly. So my point of contact was off. And those last few, I was just trying to feel like loose front shoulder and just staying here. That way I can make a decision from my backside.
Because when you get, so this is, I think, what the ultimate problem becomes. When you get committed to your front foot, now your hips are locked in.
You're stuck.
And you have to extend your arms.
You have to extend.
And then that's where you hit.
And that is why it's so important.
If you're light on that front foot, then when you you can twist.
So I'll go pick up some of those balls because I did way more than 10. I broke the rules. Don't be me.
What would you
Don't be that guy. Tonight I was that guy. But you can still go to brucebolt.com and use code TE28 at checkout. The OGs.
Give more Bruce Bolt plugs in my videos.
Hey, that's my price, man.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Put it in the description
I'll
for your
take
boy.
it.
Help me out, dude. I need sales. Pump them numbers up. I've been struggling.
I'll get a link to TylerErvine.com.
I'll send you it.
Barrel on that point. And good pitches.
But when you're saying to yourself, like, I miss barrel, how do I fix it? Is it just watch the ball more? That, for me, it's watch the ball more.
For me, I think it's different for everybody, but for me, it's swinging strikes. Swinging my pitch.
Okay.
If I'm missing the barrel, it's probably because I'm swinging something stupid.
Okay.
Which last night it was.
Mine is, well, and when I watch the ball more, I won't.
swing a better pitch?
I'll swing better. What about for you?
Same. I have to
Okay,
watch the
okay,
ball.
okay.
That's all it is.
How can a Wednesday night league pitcher be this bad?
Where you just went?
Mhm.
You feel that?
Yeah.
Keep this away from this.
Once again, how long we've been in this video? And Cole is still dealing with it.
No, I haven't. I stopped drinking it. Y'all
Still.
drank most of it. Want me to finish
This
thing?
big bottle. Such a big bottle, you know, you cannot.
This is actually not a miniature bottle. I just have really big hands. So we had a really good BP. This BP.
I'm not quite sure what to do with my hands. So just put them by your side there, Ricky.
We hit some good balls.
Yeah, Ricky.
And-
We're gonna do this.
So if you've played softball for any period of time and you felt like you've gotten better and you've improved, it's like this. You get better and then you suck, and then you get better and then you suck. And ultimately you'll be improving, but I don't know what it is about the game. It's mental. Sometimes it's physical. You have some hitch in your swing and it happens. Sometimes you have to mark it down as like, you know what, that was just a bad BP. And don't let yourself get any more in your head, okay? Don't, in a game, take a bad swing and then think that your swing is messed up. Usually it's you swung at a ball. So keep it simple. Don't add pressure to your head in this game. Know that if you've done it before, you can do it again. If you're going through a bad patch, take the weight off your shoulders. Be like, you know what, I'm just struggling right now. But don't compound it by saying my swing's messed up, I can't hit right now, blah, blah, blah. Just know how good you are and how good you can be if you've done it before. And just keep hitting. BP it out. Just know that you go up and down when you're trying to get better at this game. And it's perfectly natural no matter how good you are. Now, hopefully it gets less and less, but it happens. It happens to the best of us.